This video is made in partnership with Brother. It's crazy to think that it's been almost 5 years since we moved into this house. I remember being so excited about finally having a proper home office, and now here we are. I love this home office so much. I've made so many minor and major changes to this space. I literally have painted it a certain color on a Friday only to paint it back to how it was by Monday. Yeah, I know, I'm just kind of crazy like that. I love redesigning this space and I get so obsessed about it. I actually have 18 YouTube videos related to my personal home office and desk setup alone. And I've also shared some designs I've done for others, which is something I'm planning on doing more this year. And if you want to see that, let me know by simply putting the pencil emoji in the comments below. But today I wanted to do a full home office tour showcasing this light and dark walnut setup that I have going on. I want to show you guys what's new and unchanged in my setup, along with my personal recommendations. And if you enjoy watching this video, please consider subscribing. The home office has pretty much had the same layout for a while now. Yes, there was one version of the home office where the desk was in the middle of the room, but I've had the same three zones: the main setup, the gaming and productivity setup, and the storage and prep area. Circulation wise, this just makes a lot of sense. It flows well, it feels nice in here, and I have a lot of space in the middle of the room to get a variety of shots when filming. When you walk into the space, the first thing you'll see is my main setup. It's the heart of my home office, and that's why it's the setup you're likely most familiar with. This is where I unbox products, write scripts, and edit videos. And this is where I handle a lot of the behind-the-scenes tasks to run this channel. So having this desk setup optimized for my workflow is extremely important. For example, upgrading from a 24-inch deep desk to a 30 by 60-inch desk is one of the best upgrades I've made. It gives me ample space to spread out my stuff without taking up too much space in the room. This desk is the Ergonoffice Walnut Sway Desk, which is made out of solid wood, and I think it looks amazing. It pops nicely next to my dark wall slats, and since this is real wood, it has a few scuffs and scratches, which I don't mind because I think it just gives it a little bit more character. I also love that this is a standing desk, so I can alternate between sitting and standing throughout the day to stay active, and when I need to manage my cables, it makes it so much easier. This desk setup is basically my Mac focused setup, so I decided to get the Apple Studio display. I've been using this for a few years now and it was pretty expensive, but when I bought it, there weren't really other options that had a 5K resolution with a bright and color accurate display, and not to mention it also had an okay webcam and great speakers. So I just had to pull the trigger on this. Thankfully, I have no regrets. I think it's been worth it for my content creation work. But if you want an all-around monitor, this might not be it. When it comes to my peripherals, I'm a firm believer in the idea of buy it nice or buy it twice. And since I decided to buy it nice, not much has changed. I'm still using the MX Master 3S with the Carpio from Delta Hub. For my keyboard, I'm using the Keychron K2HE, and they're sitting on the wool desk mat from GroveMate. I'm also still using my Kanto U4 speakers, which have been really reliable, and I love the sound quality they produce even without a sub. The desk shelf I'm using currently is the setup cockpit from Balolo. It's the solid wood version, which I think looks a lot better. And what's unique about the setup cockpit is how customizable it is. You can easily add or remove accessories depending on your needs. Like right now, I'm deciding to keep it pretty simple. I also have a few notable accessories on my desk, like the analog by Ugmonk for my to-do list, this calendar gift from Notion, charging hub from Anchor, Nomad charging station, and the CalDigit TS4 dock. One of the most overlooked aspects in a setup is lighting. It's one of the simplest things you can add while having the biggest effect. For lighting a desk setup, I highly recommend using a monitor light bar. It's a clean and very effective solution. I'm using the BenQ Screen Bar Pro, and it allows you to change the color temperature, brightness, and I just can't recommend it enough. For lighting a space in general, I have two Govee light strips on either side of the wall slats, and I also have a gantry floor lamp and a gantry light clamp on my shelf. Although the color temperature of the gantry light is perfect for a cozy vibe, I do wish that sometimes I can actually change the color just to change the vibe of the space a little bit, but it really gets the job done. Another thing I've incorporated in my space is plants. Admittedly, only 3 of them are real in this space. I have a birds of paradise, which is my pride and joy. I honestly didn't think I would be capable of taking care of plants, but that has grown so much since I got it. I also have 2 pothos, which are pretty easy to take care of, and I think they look really great. On this side of the home office, I have this Ergon office shelf with a few decorations on it, like my X106, a custom Funko Pop from my cousin, and my Sony XM5s. Above the shelf, I have a map of the Philippines from east of nowhere. I had this thing for so long and I just really love how it looks. And I also have a floor lamp to light up this area. On the right side of my desk, I have this shelf that I got from Wayfair, which is also available on Amazon. I like how it looks, it's pretty sturdy. But something that irks me a little bit is how the wood finish doesn't really match my desk, but it is what it is. On it, I have some personal items, this Kobe figurine and magazines, some McLaren F1 cars, and a few other things. The biggest thing you'll notice on this side of the home office are the wall slats. I've used different wall slats from different brands like Wood Veneer Hub, Wood Up, and I think they pretty much have the same suppliers. So my recommendation would be to find one that you can get for less because they're both great. I have no regrets installing these wall slats in my home office, even though almost every single creator out there has one. It's also super practical for improving the acoustics in your space, and it's been really great for me when it comes to content creation. It makes it more pleasant to film here, and I highly recommend it. As a content creator and architect who works from home, I'm always looking for tools that can keep up with my needs as a business owner. And whenever I look at products or companies to work with, reliability and reputation is a big consideration. So when I was looking at getting another printer, Brother was the company that came to mind. I used a Brother printer throughout my architecture career without any issues, and now that I'm a full-time content creator, choosing Brother again was an easy decision. What I have here is the MFC L3780 CDW. It's an all-in-one digital color printer that covers our home and small business needs. It can copy, scan, and fax. It's super versatile and efficient. It's capable of doing a single pass duplex copying and scanning, so you don't have to scan one side and flip the page to scan the other. It's just super convenient. It has a 250 sheet paper tray, so you don't have to refill as much, and it produces consistent laser quality prints that complements the hard work you've put in your documents. Black and white prints look really crisp and sharp, and colored prints look really vibrant. I also love that I have different options for printing my documents. I can connect locally through my computer, I can print over Wi-Fi, or I can use the Brother Mobile Connect app so I can get my prints ready and waiting for me when I get home. So if you're looking for a reliable, compact, and durable printer, check out the MFC L3780 CDW or other solutions from Brother by using the link below. I shared my gaming and productivity setup makeover somewhat recently, and I've already made a few tweaks to it since that video. I got the Ugmonk Gather collection in white and walnut, and this just hits different. It looks so clean, it definitely fits the theme I'm going for. Each accessory is so well designed, and I love that they're using magnets so you can secure your accessories in place without sacrificing customizability. For this setup, I'm using the matte desk pad from Grovemade in the medium plus size. I think this is the perfect size for a 30 by 60 inch desk. Visually, it looks proportional, and it gives me enough space to comfortably use my mouse and keyboard without feeling crammed. I've also switched out a few of my peripherals. I'm using the white Logitech Superlight 2 for my mouse, and I'm using this new keyboard from LemoKey called the L5HE. And if you guys don't know who LemoKey is, they're actually the gaming line of Keychron, so it's a brand that you can definitely trust. Personally, I really love this keyboard. I think it looks great and fits this setup well, and even though it's primarily for gaming, I've also used it for productivity and it works just as well. I've also switched out my speakers to the Drop BMR1 version 2. I think they have a pretty good sound overall. However, some people might find it a little bit lacking in the low end, but for what I use it for, it's definitely good enough. When I'm gaming, I'm typically using a headset anyway, and I recently got the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless, but honestly, I haven't really used them yet, so I can't really speak on it. But my previous headset was also from SteelSeries, so I have a good feeling about this one. Since this setup is my PC/Android desk setup, which I'm using for gaming and productivity, I decided to get a 4K 32-inch OLED monitor from LG. This has a dual mode, so you can use it in 4K 240Hz or 1080p at 480Hz. And let me tell you guys, gaming on this thing looks so amazing. The colors look so rich and vibrant, really pleasing to the eyes, and it's also been really good for video editing. This is what I would recommend if you're looking for a multi-purpose monitor. Although I haven't been able to game as much recently, I've been wanting to make some upgrades to my PC build. I've been thinking about maybe switching everything over to a white PC build so it matches the setup better. I've also been wanting to upgrade to a 50 series, but we all know that getting a graphics card can be tricky, so until I can get one for retail, this upgrade will have to wait. Below the desk, I have the Coffee Racer Play, which is my sim racing rig. I highly recommend this thing, especially if you don't have much space like I do. I showcased this in my gaming setup video, which I'll link above, so check it out if you're interested. I ended up switching the chair of my setups to really reinforce the contrasting theme that I was going for. Plus, I find that the headrest is more useful when I'm editing than when I'm gaming, and it doesn't hurt that it makes both setups look even better. Both of these chairs are called the Carmen from Steelcase. The white one is the regular version and the black one is the high back version, and I honestly love them both. They both have a ton of adjustments. You can adjust the armrest and lumbar support. They have different recline modes, and I think the seats are very comfortable. In the corner, I have a fake plant that I got from Facebook Marketplace, a Govee light bar, and this very pole so I can mount one of my filming lights without drilling on the ceiling. The wall next to it is pretty empty other than the 3 posters I have of Manila, Singapore, Anchorage from a company called The Neighborhood. When it comes to my prep area, not much has changed. I'm still using this credenza from AllModern, which is one of my favorite purchases ever. I think it looks so beautiful. It's actually been a perfect storage solution for me as well. So there's absolutely zero regrets. On top of it, I have a Grove-made desk shelf so I can have some organization. I've used up so much storage space because of this content creation journey, so every little bit of storage space counts, and that's why I had to be a little bit more creative. I installed those metal shelves above the window, which is one of my favorite solutions that I've ever thought of. One thing that really bothered me for a while was how the side of this storage cabinet looked, so I installed this metal pegboard using some hanging strips, and they've held up pretty well. I think it looks better than how it was, and I'm now able to hang up some accessories on it. This home office has evolved so much in 5 years. It's been a journey filled with continuous changes, upgrades, and thoughtful refinements. What started as just a dream of having a proper workspace has evolved into something far beyond what I initially imagined. Every piece of furniture, every gadget, and every design choice tells a story of growth. It's a constant reminder of my transition from being an architect to a full-time content creator, and I honestly couldn't have done it without you guys. I'm truly super grateful to each and every one of you who watches my videos. My goal this year is to design more spaces for other people, do more tech reviews, and if you love seeing content like that, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let's try to get this channel to 100K. If you guys loved it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.